Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 25 stream here on Twitch. I'm next JG Gen 24, and today we're going to be continuing on with Phillies Road to the Show. So if you guys don't recall from yesterday, we wrapped up the first, Philly and the Phillies wrapped up the first half of the 2026 season. Excuse me. And Phil Lee also made his first MLB All-Star Game and Home Run Derby appearance. Unfortunately, he fell short in the finals of the Home Run Derby against Junior Caminero. And he also, but the National League did win the NL, the All-Star Game. So at least there was a silver lining. And honestly, I don't think Phil Lee's too upset about what happened in the Home Run Derby. I think the fact that he even got to the finals is pretty impressive. I'm sure he would have liked to have won it in front of the hometown crowd, but unfortunately that was not meant to be. So, with that said, we did kind of kick off the second half already with a game against the Dodgers towards the end of the stream, but technically this is still the first series of the second half. So Dodgers are up, and then we have the Cubs, and then we're out. First up is the Dodgers, then the Cubs, then the Phillies head out on the road against Kansas City and Texas before ending the month of July against Cincinnati. So, and that's important right there because there may be some trade deadline moves that are made that are pretty wild. I mean, I just looked at it yesterday, and James Wood is now not on the Nationals. I forget where did he get traded? It'll say it here. Hold on. Oh, the Royals acquired Griffin Conine. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it was the Royals. So they got James Wood and Griffin Conine, two corner outfielders who are young and can make a push. So, wow, Royals are looking pretty good. All right. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and hop into the second game of this series. Phillies have pretty much handled the Dodgers. It's actually quite impressive. We're going up against Blake Snell. Oh, I see. The NL West is kind of weak right now. If you looked at that division, everyone but the Dodgers was under 500. Now there's still a long way to go, so some of those teams could end up not being under 500.
2-1.
But we'll see. Phil Lee with a nice base hit here.
The designated hitter, Jacob Murphy. Runner. 1-0.
Ah, he's out. Well, late jump. Not surprised. Uh-oh, already in some trouble here. Well, thank you, Dodger. I appreciate that.
Cut, cut, cut. Cut it. 3-3. Now batting, the right fielder, Phillies.
And Dodgers are up 3-0. So they extended on that hit where Lee threw it offline, but it didn't really matter because they were going to score anyway.
1-1. Two one.
You were surprised that I was awake? Why? Oh, you mean last night? Yeah, my body just... It's used to staying up on the overnights for Tuesday nights, because usually Wednesday nights is when I start my work week. So, not a complete surprise. It's just today I don't have to worry about that because I took off for my birthday. So, not going into work today. Chase Meadroff from the White Sox. Eugenio Suarez? He's on the Dodgers now? Oh, right. Yeah. It's just, my body had gotten used to it, that's all. Yeah, there you go. I know you said you were having a problem with the rain. The sun will come out tomorrow. The wind was so damn loud. Well, what is this, a monsoon? Are you guys under a monsoon? I know Southern California and parts of the West Coast were supposed to get some pretty nasty weather this week. They just didn't say whether... I think they were saying it was a storm at the time. They didn't really indicate if it would be like a monsoon.
Relay three.
Just a storm? Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one, unfortunately. They are not. Okay, so Dodgers take game 2, 4-2. Rubber series match, or rubber series game in the net, or rubber series game it is. Already down 1-0. Like, come on. Got him. Andy Pajes, what are you doing?
Nope, ball. 1-0.
Lee with the drive out to right field. It's carrying, and it's gone! Ring that bell for Phil Lee. I think it's his 37th home run, or 38th home run on the year. And that gets the game tied at 1. I bet Lee wishes he would have done that a few more times in that final round of the home run derby.
Now batting, the right fielder.
There we go. I got another person posting on my Facebook, happy birthday.
Hoo-yah!
Strike?
0-1.
Wow, okay.
Hurt! No balls, 2 strikes. Ball. 1-2. Up next for the Phillies, the third baseman, Alex.
Yep. I know exactly who said happy birthday to me. Home run would be nice here. I'm sorry that I'm yawning so much. Shouldn't be tired. I woke up at 2 p.m.
2-2. Full count.
There we go. Work that count. Force Glass now to throw a lot of pitches because Lord knows the Phillies lineup is not doing it. Noise. Now can Alec Bohm drive me in? Or drive Lee in, excuse me. No, he cannot. In fact, he's just going to ground out to the shortstop. Bryce Harper? I know you're regressing, but still got some pop.
Take your bait.
Okay, now you gotta mess around with him. Go after Haesung Kim.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Get down, ball, get down.
What's up, Bubbles? How are ya? catch. You can't blame Phil Lee on that one. Lee did his job, got to second, but no one could drive him in.
Second baseman, Tommy Edman.
What's going on, Ray? Just started up.
Relay 2, let's go,
We just started up the this series against the Dodgers. We're wrapping it up, and it looks like the Phillies are gonna drop this series because they can't frickin' score. Philly with the drive out to right, that's gonna go foul. Of course it is.
That's a ball. Two and two.
Why, Lee? Why? I realize it's a dire situation, but, like, come on. All right, well, the Dodgers take that series 2-1. Philly had a fantastic series. It's just they couldn't get anything behind him. I mean, the Yankees made the playoffs last year, and their team is relatively the same. Plus, I think at some point they're going to get Garrett Cole back. The Mets, I mean, they're the third best, according to MLB Network, they're the third best lineup in the National League, so they can make a push for the playoffs. Yankees, much like the Mets, they're in tough divisions. I mean, Boston is going to be good. Toronto is the reigning AL champs. Baltimore got considerably better over the offseason. So, Yankees, it's going to be tight. Mets, I mean, Phillies are still the Phillies. The Braves are expected to be fully healthy. And when they're fully healthy, that lineup is dangerous. Phillies and Braves, probably. But I mean, the other thing too is how are the new additions going to gel, or how are they going to be better? Than what was last year, you know? We'll just have to wait and see.
Shot for the Phillies, the right fielder, Phil.
Justin Steele.
Nope. That's
I
inside.
think for the Mets, if Stearns is right and this is a more contact friendly team than what was last year, then maybe the Mets can sneak out a couple runs. Might be some close games, but a win is a win, regardless. see, but there are a lot of question marks regarding the Mets, whereas the Yankees, it's pretty much the same. The question marks are really the other teams. Uh-oh, this is a deep fly ball. Lee's just going to look up and watch this one go out of here. So Matt Shaw, with his 11th home run on the year, brings the game back, or brings the score to 1-1-all. Didn't he win Rookie of the Year last year?
For the Phillies, the right fielder,
It wasn't good enough to advance past the division series, but it was good enough to make the playoffs. I mean, it's tough to beat the Dodgers, and they just got considerably got even better than what they already were by adding Kyle Tucker. And Bryce Harper is going to drive this one to right field, no doubt about it. That ball's out of here. Ring the bell for Bryce Harper. Harper, with his 11th home run on the year, puts the Phillies up 3-1. Harper's like, Harper said to Lee, I got you. I got you. Knocks the ball down, can still make a play. And the inning is well. The side is retired. Oh, and Philly's going to get a leadoff at bat. Nice. Don Newcomb.
now pitching for the Chicago Cubs, number 32, Sean.
Guess they acquired him from the A's.
Come on, ball, get on up.
Nice base hit there from Lee. Gets a single.
The first
He's got a
baseman,
triple,
number 3,
a single.
Harper.
Yes, we know. Harper had a home run that put the Phillies up 3-1. We know. We saw it. What the heck is wrong with me? Why am I yawning? I'm not sleep deprived, I can tell you that. I got plenty of sleep. That's going to be a double play possible. Nope. Marcy's too fast. And in fact, I think the shortstop, Dansby Swanson, actually held on to it. If Rojas can get this to the outfield. And he saved. So Johan Rojas with the sac fly to right field. And the Phillies are up 4-1. Now 6-1. Well, Lee's not going to end up with the cycle.
The first baseman,
But hey,
number 3,
he has 3 hits in this game, so that's pretty good. And that's a double play. Good thing at this point the damage has already been done, so I'm gonna sim, and that's the ball game. Phillies take the 6-2 win over the Chicago Cubs to open this series. Oh, he actually went 4 for 4. Oh. Oh, he did have the double. Okay, so he was just missing the home run. His hit streak is at 20 games. Wow.
Lee.
Cade Horton. He's a premier arm. Okay, whatever. And Lee says, what premier arm? He's going to drive this to center field. No doubt about it. Over the batter's eye for a home run. Ring the bell for Phil Lee. His 39th on the year, and he puts the Phillies up 3-0. Closing in on 40 for the year, Philly. That would be a huge milestone.
Now batting, the right
Ooh,
fielder.
good thing he hit that home run, because look at that. Cubs scored 2. Lee with another drive, this time out to left center field. That ball's over the wall for another home run. Ring the bell again for Phil Lee, his 40th on the year, and that gets the lead back out to 3. It's now 5-2. Phil Lee, he must think he's still in the home run derby.
The batter, the second baseman, Nico Horner.
Zach Wheeler's not getting much zip on his splitter. Only 86. I'm tempted. I was tempted to select the home run, but I think Phil Lee is pretty much gassed at this point, so we'll just go for the double.
The catcher, number 3, Drew Romo.
Nice catch, Lee. Another dynamic challenge. Lead off. Okay. Oof. Way out in front of that one. And there goes the ball flying to right center field. No doubt about it. Ring the bell for a third time for Phil Lee. His 41st on the year. Phil Lee. Phil, this is not the home run derby. You gotta stop. Already got the Phillies up by a considerable amount. We're going to enter this game because if the ball goes over the wall, although this is Nico Herner we're talking about, But if it does go over the wall, this game is now tied. Well,
We
not
got it.
tied,
Beat
but
me.
it'll be a one-run deficit. Marsh is going to get under it, and that's the ball game. So Phil Lee was the only offense the Phillies needed to beat the Cubs because he had 3 home runs in this game. Now the Phillies have the series. It's just, are they going to get the sweep, or is it just a series win? I guess you're in the crowd, Bubbles. Because every time Lee walks up, he hears those chants.
The left fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
And that's gone. So already we're starting it off great with a 2-run homer to Ian Happ, and the Cubs take the lead 2-0. Oh, it got extended to 4-0. Great. Well, that 3-homer game from Phil Lee must have been the kick in the butt the Cubs needed to get their act together. And they don't even give Jesus Luzardo a chance. They take him out almost immediately. Oh, Phil Lee, what are you doing? Well, got the out either way, but still, that was... Ugh, that was ugly. And now it's 6-0 Cubs. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
He's not going to be able to get that. 7-0. I mean, can the Phillies get some offense? Or are they just relying on Phil Lee to take care of everything? Well, at least there goes 1 run. Nearly a home run on that one. But he gets the triple, a 2 RBI triple. And his hit streak hits 22 games. And the lead is cut down to 7-2. So finally, some offense, some life for the Phillies. Took a while to get there, but at least they got there. Now Lee's going to score on the ground out, so now it's 7-3. And Phil Lee has an opportunity here to cut this lead down to 1. He can hit a home run here. And he does! Phil Lee says, "I'm not done yet!" And we got ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. A 3-run homer, ring the bell for Phil Lee, his 42nd on the year. The score is now 7-6. Philly, never say die. Guess we'll see if Trey Turner can hit a home run here. He's been cold as of late. Look at that average. That's not good. And he pops it up to the catcher, gets under it, and that's the ball game. So, despite Lee's efforts, Chicago Cubs hold on for a 7-6 win over the Phillies. Phillies do take the series. They just wanted the sweep. Good question. I mean, there were a couple hits or a couple at bats at the beginning where, I mean, he could have gotten on base. He could have driven in a run maybe in that fifth inning. So that's the problem. Lee is providing the offense, but the rest of the offense is not rallying behind him. Oh, now the Phillies are going to get a look at these new Kansas City Royals with James Wood and Griffin Conine. Actually, before we move on, let's see what other transactions have been. Only thing is the Blue Jays acquiring Chase Meadroff from the White Sox for Joaquin Hernandez. Ooh, excuse me. Well, he's going to do some batting, his favorite batting drill to get some tokens, get some upgrades. Mm. There we go. Got the gold. Nice. Pretty sure Lee went perfect in that drill. So that's good to see. I see Gleyber Torres there. Trent Grisham is there. James Wood, Griffin Conine. Not sure if Kyle Isbell was already there or not, but James Wood and Griffin Conine are the big new additions here.
Leading up for the Royals, the third baseman, Michael Garcia.
Throw him out? No, too quick. Michael Garcia was just too quick. That's probably going to put the Royals up. Oh, yeah. 3-0 already. B with a drive to left field. Left fielder ranging back. It's in the bullpen for a home run. Phil Lee getting the Phillies on the board with his 43rd home run on the season, and now the score is 3-1.
Leading up for the Royals, the Jets, Correct.
23. So he's already beaten his total from last year by 20.
No, he's safe.
There we go. Yes, he is the league leader for home runs. In fact, he's actually he leads all of baseball with home runs.
1-0.
And of course, they want to highlight the fact that he's grounded into 10 double plays this season. Hold on, I'll be right back.
The batter, the third baseman, Alex Gold. Now batting, the right fielder, Phil Lee.
All right, sorry about that. Oh, Phillies added on, so 5-3. It's nice to see that the Phillies are actually doing more, are providing offense when Lee is not up to bat. Not relying on just Lee to do it. Probably a good thing, too, because he's 1 for 3 in this game.
Now batting, the right fielder, Phil Lee.
Yes, we know. We remember he had that home run. Now it's 5-4. Jeez. Lee with another fly ball. This time to right field, but the right fielder's under it. And it's going to be the out. That's going to be an out. Just got to hold it. Hold the lead. Uh-oh. And he robbed a home run! Wow! Phil Lee taking away a home run. What up, Poopin? How are ya? Or at the very least, that would have been an extra base hit. Tough to say. I think that would have been a home run, so I think Jeremiah Estrada owes Phil Lee a drink after the game. And Torres is going to ground out to Harper, and that's the ball game. So the Phillies taking the 6-4 win over the Royals to take Game 1. Yep, spring training starts this weekend, or the first couple games are this weekend. You ready for this weekend? I guess we shall see. I'm gonna be asleep for most of it because I gotta work the overnight. So, it's gonna be interesting. All I can hope for is that the Mets prove that they're gonna be competitive, and no one gets hurt. That's the two most important things. The other important things, Jorge Polanco learns first base. Bo Bichette learns third base. Mark Vientos rediscovers his power. A lot of things to look at. Who's going to be the fourth and fifth starter for the Mets? Because right now I think that's up in the air. We know ace is going to be Peralta. Second is going to be Nolan McLean. Third has to be David Peterson. But whether it's Sean Manaea, Kodai Senga, Clay Holmes, Tobias Myers, whoever it is, those are the guys to look out for. Jonah Tong, if Jonah can prove that he could be a solid pitcher for the Mets at the major league level, maybe he gets a look. Is he pitching for the for Japan in the World Baseball Classic? Yeah, I thought so. And I'm sure Roki Sasaki is doing the same as is Otani.
Now batting, third baseman Alec Bohm. 2-2. Finish him.
Pop out to third base, and that's it. Or half inning, rather.
Now batting, the right
And it's 3-0
fielder,
Kansas City, of course. Can't just be Phil Lee that gets the offense. It's got to be other players.
Ball. Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Mm. Yep, that's right. Battle. Battle. Force Kolek to really throw some pitchers. There we go. Very nice. Is that Schwarber that's in front of Lee? I think it is, because that's 31 speed. It's gotta be Schwarber. Let's see. Yep, it's Schwarber. Outbone could really do some damage here if he takes one deep. So instead of going deep, he grounds out to the first baseman and gets a double play. Of course. Great catch there by Lee to end the 7th. One last effort. They make it a 4-for-4 day. At least have some personal success if the Phillies are not going to have collective success. That's going to be a nice double.
Now batting, third baseman Alec Bohm.
Oh no, he'll be fine. It doesn't matter because if Harper grounds out or flies out here, the game is over. Yep, they are. That's going to be a pop out to second base. He gets it, and that's the ball game. The Kansas City Royals, despite a run from the Phillies, hold on for a 3-1 lead. A 3-1 win over the Phillies. And now we head to a rubber match. Well, of course the players don't want a salary cap. That's been clear. The owners want it, and in particular, the owners that don't spend, the owners of the Pirates, the Twins, those teams that prefer to play Moneyball rather than spend. Thank you, SB Champ. I appreciate that. So, of course the players are going to be in favor of it. Yep, it's today. No worries, Hoopin. No worries, SB Champ. Are you getting acclimated to the overnight schedule?
Ball, no.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Bubbles. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's out.
Leading up for the Royals, the first baseman, Pasadena.
Uh-oh. Another deep fly ball, this one. And he robs the home run! Wow! Phil Lee taking it away. Trying to. It was a long night at work. You know what was weird? Even though I had tonight off, because I took off for my birthday, my body was still on an overnight sleep schedule. At least the Phillies scored a run, so. Okay, that's okay. Ooh, of course the Royals tie it up. And Phil Lee's going to track that one down for the out. But he needs to get something going at the plate because he's 0 for 2. That's not going to do it. Ooh, top of the 9th. So either Lee comes through here or we're looking at the Royals having the opportunity to walk it off. And Lee says no walk-off unless there's runners on. A deep shot to right center field. And Phil Lee gets the Phillies, I should say, over the Royals 3-1 here in the 9th inning. That's it. Oh, did they say? Is it his 44th on the season? No, don't worry about it, Hoopin. And listen, if you need to grieve, go grieve. Okay? I'm not requiring you to be here. I totally understand. If it makes you feel better, I understand because, it wasn't too long ago that I lost my grandfather. In fact, my grandmother just called me today to wish me a happy birthday. And while I appreciate her doing that, I couldn't help but think of my grandfather and just wanting to hear him sing happy birthday to me. That was always one of my favorite things about my birthday was hearing my grandfather sing me happy birthday. Well, both my grandparents, actually. So, it was always one of my favorite things. Got the call this morning and I realized my grandfather's not on the other line. Not on the other end. Only my grandmother. Nice base hit there. Up the middle. That's going to drive in a pair. Phillies says you may have taken the lead back, or you may have tied the game, but I'm taking the lead back. I'm sorry to hear that. But I mean, did you at least have a chance to say goodbye to him? I would. I would, I don't know if you're going to go to a hospital or anything, but one of my biggest fears is not being able to say goodbye to one of my family members. Okay, all right. I understand. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'd be on that phone, or whatever chance I had to be in that hospital, I'd be there. But well, wait. Did your parents try to get you out? Did you have Did they not say, hey, our kid needs to, his uncle is dying, he wants to say goodbye? Because I have a hard time believing that a person could be so heartless that they wouldn't allow someone to go to the hospital and say goodbye to a loved one who's about to die from cancer. Ooh, that, very nice. And a new glove. Well, in fact, the only thing that's not new is the pregame workout. Ooh. Wow. Okay, I would definitely put in a complaint. What I do is I put in a complaint against the teacher with the superintendent. Say, listen, this teacher, I wanted to get out of school so that I could go say goodbye to my uncle, and she threatened to fail me if I didn't show up. My uncle's dying from cancer. That to me is that's inexcusable. I tell you what, if you were my kid, I'd be in that principal's office, I'd be in that superintendent's office, and I'd be yelling my head off. And I'd be telling them that if they don't want to end up on the news, they better fire that teacher right now. They don't want to be embarrassed at the Board of Education meeting, they'd fire her. That's my response. Because I personally think a death in the family you can get an excuse from. Maybe I'm from a different generation, but that's inexcusable in my mind. So I'm sorry that you have to go through that. That to me is unbelievable. I'm like shocked that I'm even hearing it.
Batting third, the shortstop, Corey Seager.
Another home run robbing opportunity here. And And Lee takes one away. Wheeler's gonna owe a drink to Phil Lee if they win this game. Like, I was able to get off of work after my aunt died of Lou Gehrig's disease. I was able to get off. And I was also able to get off the weekend that my grandfather had his wake and his funeral.
Ball.
And they were even nice. They even gave me that Sunday off, even though I didn't need it. And mind you, that was the weekend that the U.S. captured Maduro. So it was a pretty busy weekend. At least the Phillies tied it up. And Lee's just going to pop out because he got under the thing. Yeah, well, I would have your parents make the complaint. Oh my gosh, Lee, come on. I guess the Phillies are going to have to drop the first game. Can't believe it. I mean, Lee did not do any favors by going hitless. Okay, well, that's nice. See, that's what I would bring that up, too. I'd be like, you know what? These two teachers said they understood and they were willing to excuse me. Or they were, they were willing to understand this teacher. I don't know what their problem is, but that's... Like, what? Do you want the death certificate?
Nice rip.
Nice RBI double by Lee there. Great way to bounce back after that 0-for in the last game. And against Jacob deGrom, of all people.
Two one.
Batting second, the first baseman, Smith.
Nice diving catch there by Lee. Taking a hit away and making sure the Rangers don't score.
Oh, that's low. That's a ball.
Stop showing that graphic. I'm sick of that graphic.
Wood.
Well, he spreaded it to
1-1.
11 double plays. Shut up. Seriously. There we go. Nice rip to center field. And it's a bases clearing double. Very nice. Doubles for Lee. He's like, I don't even remember what happened in the last game, but I'm gonna remember this one. Of course, you're welcome, and thank you for saying that. That really means a lot to me. What?
He's going.
The Phillies want to trade Matt Manning? Really? I would argue he's not having a bad season, but why are we trading away one of our pitchers? Or why would we be entertaining any offers for one of our pitchers? Unless they're ready to commit to Andrew Painter.
The batter, number 6.
Exactly. You know, in this stream, aside from politics, I really don't mind talking about a lot of topics. You know, obviously I'd like to know more about certain subjects, yeah, but overall I don't mind having a conversation. But again, I try to steer clear of politics because I respect the fact that everyone has a different opinion, and I'm not here to isolate people based on my personal political opinions. I'm not here to tell someone that they're wrong. I'm not here to tell them that they're right. I'm here to talk about anything but politics. Sports, weather, you know, not really traffic. Well, I guess traffic could be there. You know, personal issues like a death in the family. I have no problem talking about that. I mean, it's a bit of a Debbie Downer in the stream, yeah, but if I could be consoling to anyone who's grieving right now, by all means, I'll do it.
Ball 4. Take your base.
You know, it's really bad because the last, really dating back to 22 or 23 actually is when I've had a death in the family or someone that I knew in the last every year since 23. You know, 23 it was my aunt and it was my childhood best friend. What was it last year? Last year, it was my dad's cousin who also who I knew him. And then, or not last year, but 24. And then 25, my grandfather dies at the end of the year.
1 ball, no strikes.
Now, of course, the funeral and wake were at the beginning of this year, but it's just been awful. I know, but I mean, it's part of life, you know. I mean, in all honesty, would we really wish to live forever? I mean, do you want to live forever, knowing that you're gonna grow old and frail and can't do the things that maybe in your 20s and 30s you were able to do? I'm just asking. Like, some people do want that. But I personally believe that when it's our time, it's our time. You know, we're not going to be able to do anything to stop it.
1-0.
When we're ready to go, we're ready to go. At least at the very least, you know, for some people, they live a long life, and like my grandfather did, he lived to be 91. And he lived a long life. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, SB Champ.
2-2-2.
Ground out to second, double play, and that's the ball game. So the Phillies take game, what is it, 2? Yeah, game 2, going up against Jacob deGrom and saying, we're not fearful of you. They scored 7, throw a shutout. I wonder, did Luzardo didn't go the complete game, but he threw 8 innings. That's pretty good. Oh my God. Actually, one of my neighbors may be dying soon because she's been suicidal, especially as recently as Sunday. She overdosed, or she nearly overdosed. It was a near fatal overdose, but she overdosed on pills, and
Batting fourth.
she's had a problem with her liver. She was alcoholic. She was nice. Don't get me wrong. She was nice, but she had she had a problem drinking. She couldn't stop drinking, and now she's at that point where it may be time soon. She used to babysit me and my siblings when we were younger. I mean, it was just convenient because it was a neighbor. Yes, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that statement, Hoop, and that's why
That's the ball.
I always try to make the effort to reach out to family members if I know their time is coming. Like I did with my
That's the ball.
grandfather, I did with my aunt.
balls, one
I
strike.
went down and visited her probably a month before she died. The my biggest regret though is I didn't reach out to my childhood friend before he died. Um, I mean, I just didn't think about it, but I always felt like I could have reached out and just been like, "Hey, man, are you okay?
Full
Do you
count.
want to talk? I have a few minutes. Come talk to me." But I didn't do that, and then he died. So, that's my biggest regret. I never said
Take your base.
I never said anything to him, and I could have. That's why I always make it a point to reach out one more time to any family member who may be at the end of their line. Just say, hey, I wanted to talk to you. How are you? That kind of stuff. I never want to meet the day where, or I never want to see the day where a family member dies and I can't remember the last conversation I had with them. Like, I was having a hard time remembering when I last saw my grandfather in person. I knew when I spoke to him. I spoke to him over the phone in the hospital before on Christmas Eve. But I couldn't remember when I last saw him. And then I realized it was at my sister's baby shower. So I'm very grateful that that happened. That I saw him as recently as that. Because I didn't want it to be his birthday or not. When we celebrated him becoming 90. Yeah, 91. Yeah, his birthday, which would have been in July. That would have been far too much of a gap. Oh, immediate family? That makes sense.
That's a ball.
Oh man, we had a nice lead, and then the Rangers took it back. Or the lead, or the Phillies had a nice lead, and the Rangers just took it. What the heck, Philly?
The batter, the third baseman,
So,
Full count.
and that's the final out at the top of the eighth. Oh boy. Well, all I could hope is that Bryson Stott gets one past the infield for a base hit so Harper can score. And that's the ball game. Fly out to center. And the Phillies dropped the series against the Rangers. So, second half of the season, 2-2 when it comes to series. Dropped the series against the Dodgers and Rangers, but picked up the wins. Picked up the series against the Royals and the Cubs. Let's see if there have been any more trades since we last checked. Whoops, not what I wanted. Okay, we got a couple trades here. We got Blue Jays acquiring Matthew Liberatore from the Cardinals for Kenny Neal, and the Braves acquiring Jake Eder from the Nationals for Dave Del VR. Okay, not some big names there, although Liberatore is definitely one that I recognize. Also, never forget when one of my coworkers also died, literally right before Christmas, too. 2023, that happened. And he was one that I was very close to. In fact, I considered him one of my mentors. So I was shocked when I learned that happened, of his passing. I knew he was sick, but I didn't realize it was to that extent. I still remember the last conversation I had with him. It was very casual because I didn't think anything was wrong. I was just talking to him about NASCAR because he was a NASCAR guy. I was talking to him about moving that the sport moving to Prime Video streaming services, and I just thought it was a bad idea because it's like, are those NASCAR fans even going to want to watch on Prime? So,
batting fifth, the right fielder,
it's funny how when people die, you remember the last conversations you have with them. Up there are the MVP chants, but unfortunately, not going to prove to be an MVP caliber by grounding out.
Noel Marte.
Sure, what do you need? Or I could try my best. It's been a while since I've been in school. Lead with a deep drive to right field, but it's going to get caught at the warning track. Dang. Well, Matt Manning is still on the Phillies, so I take it they never traded him. Now the Reds are up 2-0. Okay. So you need a podcast name. I like to play on for I liked I a company background.
Nope, ball one. 1-0.
Nice base hit, Lee. Fortunately, it may not be enough.
Now batting, third baseman.
Unless Alec Bohm can hit a home run here.
No, he's in there. Safe.
Oh, he should have gone there. Strike 3. And that's the ball game. So the Reds take the first game 2-0 over the Phillies. Oh, Matt Manning has really gone downhill since I last checked in. That's not good. Well, if I were to do a baseball podcast, I would want to play off the diamond, like saying diamond in the rough or around the diamond. Nice diving catch there by Lee. That's what I'd be trying to go for. Like, I did a racing podcast for a while, and I had it in my name. It was the play on for the Winner's Circle, but I used my last name instead of Winners. So it was like a little clever play on for Victory Lane. So that's what I'd be trying to go for if I were you, Hoopin. Something like that. Nice catch.
Get up, ball.
And that's going to get down. But Schwarber, is he going to be safe? Oh, thank goodness. I get why he was hesitant on that. It's just lucky that landed it. That was a bloop single, but Junior Caminero going from the Rays to the Yankees. Wow. That's a big trade. It looks like it already paid off for the Yankees because they've got an 8-0 win over the Rockies, albeit, it's the Rockies, but still. That's some big news. What they have to give up to get Caminero? Uh-oh. Harper bunting? What? Wow.
Loriano.
Relay. Cut it, 4-4.
Ball one.
Oh wow, look at this. Philly has gotten to 200 hits. I don't know when he did that, but congrats to him on 200 hits. Wow. Maybe he did it in this game. Maybe he had 198 coming in, and the two hits were his his 199 and 200 hit on the
0-1.
year.
Oh. 0-2. You're out.
Oh boy. Do not give it up now, Duran. That's going to be off the wall. Got him! You're welcome, Duran. You're welcome.
The batter, the shortstop, Phillies. De La Cruz.
Yes, it's close. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get Ellie. So it better be an out. Pop up to second base. Dots underneath it. And that's the ball game. Phillies take a 4-3 win over the Cincinnati Reds to tie the series. Now we got the rubber match tomorrow in the next game. Philly not having as great of a, or he didn't have as great of a game. That one. Oh, hold on, my coworker is texting me. I talked to him.
Batting first, the shortstop, Phillies. De La Cruz.
Right, that's going to be a base hit, but we get him. Got him! We got him. Very nice, Philly. 44 home runs for Philly. This one a pretty good ride to center field, but the center fielder's underneath it, so that's a fly out. Hopefully we're not back to one hit Lee. To what? Make it harder?
Leading up for the Phillies, the right fielder, Phil Lee.
Hold on. Whoa, All-Star? Rookie. I had to bump it down because if you remember in the last season, Lee was struggling and he was at the point where he could be sent down, so that's why I bumped the difficulty down a bit.
On the tag.
Now back. Second base. Matt McLean.
Okay, we'll try that for the next series and we'll see how it goes. But if Philly starts to struggle, he's going back down. Or if Lee starts to struggle, the difficulty's going back down.
Number 15.
Oh, gosh. Well, he's probably going hitless in this one. Oh, he's got one more chance. He could even walk it off here.
Ball.
He is better than what he was when he first came up last year, so maybe it is time to bump the difficulty back up. Lee, deep fly ball, right center field. It's gone! Gets the home run to send the Philly crowd home happy. That's why he's in the running for MVP. So that I think that's the series against the Reds. The Phillies take it 2 out of 3. They bounce back from a horrible opening game to taking the last 2 games of the series. Nice. Hold on. First off, well, we're going to do a couple things. One, we're going to look at the transactions, see what happened, see what trades happened. Yeah, I mentioned Caminero going from the Rays to the Yankees. It looks like they gave up George Lombard Jr., Alvaro Guardado, and Christian Hernandez. And then a couple trades on the trade deadline. The Red Sox get DeAndre Smith from the Rockies for Aaron Luke and Elliott Beckham. Not sure what that was all about, but okay. And, that's a big one, even though Clase shouldn't be in the game at this point, but the Reds have acquired Emmanuel Clase from the Guardians for Sal Stewart and Zach Maxwell. I'm surprised Clase wasn't in the game. He probably should have shut it out against the Phillies. Could have prevented Lee from hitting that home run. All right, so those were the big trades. No big changes there other than Junior Caminero going from the Yankees to the Rays. Lee wants some upgrades. He's going to get it in power. He's going to put him at an 88 overall. And he's also going to get some speed as well. Make him quicker. All right. Oh, right. Settings. Where's settings? Here we go. All right. Let's see how this goes. Dodger, you're the one who requested this, so if Lee starts to struggle, it's your fault. Yes, but I still could be playing on an easier difficulty, and yet you want me to play on a higher difficulty. Mm. Nice. You did say all-star. Then you changed your mind and you said veteran. Switch it to veteran. Jonathan Aranda on the Angels.
First pitch, 707.
At least we know he can field on veteran.
Batting six.
But can he hit? Deep fly ball to right field. It's gone! Ring the bell from Philly, a grand slam! His 46th of the year puts the Phillies up 4-0. That's a heck of a way to get started in this game. And I did. I did switch the difficulty. I changed it. It's now on veteran. Oh man, Phillies are dominating the Angels.
Yeehaw!
Woo!
0 balls,
Who's
1
this?
strike.
Ben Joyce? Oh, Sam Bach.
Foul ball.
Philly battling here.
Ball.
Ooh, struck out. Terrible. Okay, well. Oh, nice.
Now batting, right fielder, Phillies.
Bill Lee with 11.5 WAR. I mean, if that doesn't say MVP right there, I don't know what does. Maybe weak contact, but there's an RBI there. Oh my gosh, and they keep piling it on. Ooh, Robert Stevenson definitely throws some heat.
1 ball, no strikes.
Hey, way to drive, you big guy.
Lee with a base hit to left field. He's going to drive in too. And that makes it 13-0. With the amount of scoring, you would think that this is a football game. And that's strike 3. So Alec Bohm strikes out looking, and the Angels get out of it. But Lee does do some damage.
The right fielder,
Now it's 13-3, so Angels did get on the board. You can put it on the board, yes. I believe that's the call for the Angels announcer, because I've seen it played so many times during Coog's streams. I don't know if it's the radio announcer or the TV announcer, but somebody. Someone for the Angels. And that's a foul. The Angels did not get rid of Joe Adell. Wow.
Ball.
That's a line out straight to the left fielder, and that's the ball game. So the Phillies completely dominate the Angels, 13-4. Phil Lee with a grand slam and a single that drove in 2 runs. He's got 7 RBIs in this game because he did ground out with the bases loaded. That drove in a run. Uh-oh. See, can we get Neto out? We can. Lee with the throw to second gets Neto out.
Ball. 1-0.
Lee deep fly ball to right field, but the right fielder's under it. He's got it. Trout. That was Trout. So he's still around. Don Smith. Wow, made his way to LA. And try to stretch it to 2. Shouldn't have done that, Dom. Should not have done it.
Right fielder. Will.
Yet you did it anyway. Fly a foul out to first
Now
base,
batting,
so
third
that's
baseman.
great. Great job, Lee.
Two. Relay three.
Was it over the third? And we got him. At least got him. It's a nice throw to third. Keeps the runner from advancing. Lee in a big spot now. Bottom of the 6th. Base hit drives in a run. Lee drives this one out to center field. Probably not going to get out, but maybe that's enough to move up Trey Turner. It is. So productive out nonetheless. And the Phillies take a 4-1 lead. But Lee's hit streak is in jeopardy here.
One zero.
And Lee's going to pop this one up. Good timing. Got the PCI on it a bit. But just in the wrong place. Oh well. Shimek? Charles Shimek. Lee's underneath this one. Catches it, and that's the ball game. So the Phillies, not as dominating of a win, but they do pick up the second game of the series against the Angels. I'm not sure if this is a 4-game or 3-game series, so I guess we'll find out in the next game. It's a day game. It is. Okay, then we know it's a 3-game series.
Batting fifth, the right fielder.
So
Will.
Phillies looking for the sweep here against the Angels. And Lee is going to drive this one out to center field. No doubt about it. That's out of here. Ring the bell for Phil Lee. That's his 47th on the year. And now he's going to be... And now the Phillies lead is 3-0. You kind of sound like Tom McCarthy. Okay, forgive me, because I'm probably going to sound like an idiot here, but who's Tom McCarthy?
Relay.
Come on, get third. Yes, sir! He's gone! Zach Neto got too greedy. Look at that. The Phillies leading the division leaders. That's important because that gives them home field advantage if they can hold on. Lee with a drive out to right field. That's going to get into the corner, off the wall. Lee's going to try for second, and he's in there safe. So Phil Lee with yet another double puts himself in scoring position. As Bohm is going to fly out to right here. I'm not testing Mike Trout's arm. You kidding me? Get more power, Bohm. What are you doing? Harper with the drive out to center, a base or to right, base hit, and he's going to drive in Lee. So Harper extends the Phillies' lead to 7-0. Oh, Phillies. Well, there you go. That's why I don't know. That's why I don't know who it is, because I don't listen to the Phillies. Yeah, I know. That's why I took care of it. And Lee guns another runner at third. I don't understand it. Do these guys not know? Have they not heard? Lee's got a cannon of an arm.
No, that's out.
He can gun some runners if they try to stretch it. I didn't even realize I was sounding like him when I did that.
Nope, that's outside.
I was just like, you know what? Let me say that's the ball game. I did not know that. So I was not trying to imitate the Phillies announcer there. I did not genuinely know.
Three.
Well, at least the runner on now on second learned the lesson. Didn't try to stretch it. They wised up. Lee with the fly ball to right field. Trout's underneath it. And that's the end of the inning. All right. I'm gonna play this one. Got to keep sounding like Tom McCarthy, right? Fly ball, but it's gonna land for a base hit. So game not over yet. Jonathan Aranda with a base hit to left field. Now Joe Adele comes up to bat. The last thing the Phillies want to do here is bring Trout up with the bases loaded. That would be a disaster. Never mind, this is somewhat of a disaster here. Can they get the runner at home? No, they cannot. So Joe Adele with a 2 RBI double, and suddenly the Angels are back in it with Trout coming up to bat. Oh, nope. I guess they intentionally walked Trout to get to Taylor Ward. He's going to fly one. It's going to go foul. Lee's not going to be able to catch it. So, foul ball. Ward's going to get one more shot. Philly heading home. I believe he's got the runner here. He's got him, and that's the ball game. Philly dumps the runner out at home and saves the Phillies from a potential game-stealing ninth inning from the Angels. So the Phillies sweep the Angels with a 7-5 win. He also gave them a home run, a double, and 2 RBIs as well as 2 runs. Whoops. There we go. Alright, so we 4 extra tokens there. That's nice to see. Got an equipment package here. Open that up. But it's nothing. I mean, a new arm sleeve, sure, but everything else is duplicates. So, quick sell. We want some upgrades. Fielding, reaction. An arm. Actually, we'll hold off on that. Only because I don't like to upgrade one without the other. I could get speed up, or I could get started on like clutch or plate vision. Yeah, we'll bump up plate vision by one, and then when there's enough tokens, then he'll go upgrade arm strength and arm accuracy. All right, Phillies heading out on the road against the San Diego Padres. Dylan Cease is the first man they're going to face. Phillies already down 2-0 against the Padres. That's rough.
Ball. Two and oh.
Mmm.
Two balls.
Got on top of that one. Probably a good thing that he missed it anyway, because it would just been a grounder.
Nice rip.
Lee takes that one to right field. That's going to get up against the wall. Tatis's going to throw it in. Lee's going to slide into second for a double. Great job, Lee. Now let's see if the rest of the team can come through. Starting with Bohm. Oh, that one's high, deep, off the wall. Bohm comes through with an RBI double. Now the score is 2-1. Now tied at 2. Great rebound there by the Phillies. Uh-oh. Oh, that's gone. That is so gone. Who is that? Jackson Merrill? Yep, Jackson Merrill with his 21st home run on the season. Gives the Padres the lead back. It's 3-2. Dang. Okay, Merrill. Got some pop. I mean, Lee just had no shot at robbing this. He was close, but it was too much of a line drive for him to be able to do anything. Lee has an opportunity here to come through, tie the game back up, this time at 3, and he's choosing to swing at pitches like that and makes a fool of himself.
One ball. Two strikes.
I love how Lee just didn't even flinch there. He was like, oh, it's right at my belt. Okay. Like, jeez, I'd be like, whoa!
Two and two.
Force Cease to throw strikes. That's the key. Oh, he threw a strike there. It's just right into a double play.
The left fielder, number 30, Gavin. Keith.
He's gonna make this diving catch. Wow. Continues to show off the glove. Just give him the gold glove already. Phillies tie it up, but Lee could give them the lead for the first time in this game. He cannot. It's just going to be a grounder to the second baseman, throws it on the second, and that's the inning. That's disappointing.
Lee.
He's going. Shouldn't it chase the pitch he shouldn't have. Now he's got to watch Bryson Stott, see if he can come through with a base hit, keep this game alive.
Oh, you got that one.
Okay, a little base hit here by Bryson Stott. Keep that going. Maybe Phil Lee can get another at bat, and maybe he can tie the game. Maybe even give the Phillies the lead. Nope, that's just going to be a pop up to the catcher. I want to say that's Ethan Salas, or it could be Luis Campusano. Could be him. But either way, the catcher catches it. That's the ball game. The Phillies dropped the first game against the Padres. I'm kind of curious though now. Oh, it's not. It's neither Campusano or whoever the other catcher was that I said was Ivan Herrera. Okay. He's got to get his mojo back. That's one way to do it. Lee with a deep fly ball to left field. Nobody's going to catch this. This one's out of here. Phil Lee with his 48th home run on the year. And that gets the game tied at 1. I'm sure he wishes he had done that when the Phillies had runners on base in the last game. It's very close to 50. Hold on. How many Phillies batters have hit 50 or more home runs in a season?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many Phillies batters have hit 50 or more.
I mean, Schwarber... Really? Schwarber was the third one to do it? Yeah, Jimmy Fox... Ryan Howard. Oh boy. Because I wasn't paying attention there. Jimmy Fox, Ryan Howard, and Kyle Schwarber. Although in this universe, I don't think Schwarber has hit the 50 home runs. So, I mean, I could double check, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't. So Nick Pivetta is in. Well, I think he started the game, so he's still pitching. He's got 48 pitches, yeah. I would say he's been pitching. He started this game. Squared it up, good timing, but somehow that's just a fly out to center. I don't understand. Oh, Lee can't catch it! Oh no! Get it to third quickly. They got the runners, so Lee got bailed out there. Oh man, that's probably going to hurt his Gold Glove candidacy. Was that? I think it was an error. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. 9845. So not the error. That was not the error. They don't show you fielding stats. Oh, wait, yeah. Here we go. Okay, it was charged to Schwarber. So Lee got bailed out. He got bailed out by
One
that.
ball, no strike.
But suddenly he doesn't look like a Gold Glover.
Ball two. 2 balls, no strike.
Hey, attaboy, way to stay
Lee
back,
with
stay
a
good.
nice
Easy.
base hit right up the middle. He's got a single. I know, they wanted a double. But sometimes you gotta take what you can get. Oh, Machado mishandles that one. You're crazy if you think Lee's going to advance on that. At least he's on second with Bryce Harper up to bat, and they bring in Maury home to pitch against Harper. And he's going to ground to first, over to second for one, to the pitcher covering first, and that's a double play. So Bryce Harper knocks it, hits into a double play, and now it's up to Hae-Sung Kim to drive in Lee. And it has to be a base hit. Lee would have been out if that were the case. Kim's just got to come through.
You got it.
And he comes through with a base hit. So Kim drives in Lee, and the Phillies have their first lead of the series, 2-1. Suddenly, Lee looks pretty smart for not advancing on that wild pitch.
Right, one.
Ooh,
0-1.
Robert Suarez. Yeah, he's got some gas.
Ball. 1-1.
I think Lee's just trying not to strike out here. Way in front of that changeup. He's actually lucky that went foul.
You're out.
All right, let's see if they can end this game. He gets that second out.
Now batting.
Only down to one. There's a runner on first, and Bogarts is probably thinking home run here. Or he's thinking extra base hit, and the throw is offline. Oh my gosh, if that had been online, they would have had it. Or they would have had Bogarts anyway. Oh my gosh. Well, at least the Phillies have another chance to be able to close it out. And they do. The batter lines one to first baseman. Harper's there. He grabs it, and that's the ball game. Phillies take a 5-3 win over the Padres. They even the series at 1. And we're heading to the rubber match. Yeah.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Lee.
Lee with a deep fly ball to right field. Gonna get over Tatis's head off the wall. Lee's gonna pull into second for a double. You know what? I'm rooting for Lee to have a good game against Musgrove. That's what he gets. All right. See you tomorrow, SB Champ, and thank you for the birthday wishes.
The third baseman, Alex Gold.
2-1.
Grounder to second base. Can Bo beat it out? No, he cannot. All right. Bryce, you got to get a base hit here. Nothing too crazy, just a base hit. No, you're not even going to do that. You're just going to ground out to first. And the Padres take a 2-0 lead over the Phillies. And now extended to 3-0, although Lee can get a base hit here and drive in the run. Actually, no, he can't. He's just going to fly out to right field and, yeah, be wise not to test Tatis's arm. So that's unfortunate. What the heck, Lee? What are you doing?
Cut forward.
I think they wanted him to try and play that off the wall. Or not play it off the wall, but try to catch it before it hit the wall. And I saw that and I was like, I don't think he can do that. I mean, it didn't matter because he misplayed it off the wall and the runner ended up at third.
No, that's a ball.
Man, that was a hard take. And Lee follows it up with a grand slam. Phil Lee with his 50th home run on the 49th. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. But Lee with his 49th home run is a grand slam, and it gives the the Phillies a 7-4 lead over the Padres. Once again, getting ahead of myself. Hey, Marinaccio is from New Jersey, so one New Jersey player homers off the other. And I know that from my all New Jersey lineup, in case anyone is wondering. Uh-oh. Does Lee have enough time to be able to rob this one? Oh, he almost robbed it, but it pops out of his glove, and Bogarts has a home run, his 11th on the year. That cuts the lead down to 7-6. Oh, man, Lee had that one. He had it, and yet it popped out of his glove. Oh, boy.
Lee.
Luckily, the Phillies were able to score 9 because the Padres ended up scoring 7. So Lee is bailed out for now.
Hey! No ball. 1 strike.
They're going to say that's a fair ball? Wow.
He's safe.
And that one was a close play there. At least he got the double. But I need to check that real quick. I need to see if that was actually... I mean, clearly the game thought it was. I want to see how close it was. Oh, it barely landed on the chalk. That's why I'm surprised. Wow, okay. Lee gets away with an extra base hit there. That's probably why he didn't get into second as safely as he normally does. He probably thought that was a foul ball and was shocked that the umpire even said that it was a fair ball.
Hey, nice drive, that boy.
Lee's gonna score on that base hit to left field from Bohm, and that extends the lead to 10-7. Wow.
The designated hitter, number 5, Rosario.
Gonna try and drop this. Oh, and he misses it. Oh my gosh. Lee's just not having a great time in the outfield. Ooh, wow, what a knuckleball. Should have known I was going up against Waldron. Too late on a knuckleball. Oh boy, this is a critical out here. Fly ball, center field, Marsh is under it, and that's the ball game. The Philadelphia Phillies, despite some fielding miscues from Phil Lee, they're able to take the win against the Padres 10-8, take the series 2 out of 3 against San Diego. But boy, oh boy, did some cracks show here for Phil Lee. Some cracks showed. Hopefully he wasn't given an error or anything. Nope. He was not given an error, but I have to think that that's in the minds of baseball writers as they begin to vote for Gold Glove. Like, now I'm all kind of worried about it. Bill Lee still holds it, but Tatis is not that far behind him. And neither is Carroll, so he's got to be careful. All right, well, next up is the Detroit Tigers, so let's go after the Tigers.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Phil Lee.
Lee, what are you doing?
That's a ball. He's in there. He's safe.
All right, stolen base. Nice Sung Kim.
2-2 the count.
Lee with a drive out to left field, but that's going to get caught. So can't score the runner, despite the runner swiping a bag to get to get in scoring position. Hopefully we can catch this. He does, although I would argue that that ball looked like it bounced before it went into his glove. But, hey, the umpires called it, so... I'm not one to argue. Bottom of the 7th here. Still 2-0. Lee doesn't have a hit. And the Phillies don't have a run. Lee, deep fly ball to right field. And it gets caught at the wall by Conforto. I think we're just going to sim it because there's no way Turner can tie the game. So, unfortunately, the Phillies dropped the first game against the Tigers 3-0. That's the ball game, folks. But tomorrow is another. The next game is another game. Jackson Joe.
Inside, ball 1. Ball 2.
Nope, that's going to be a ground out to to the third baseman. Throws it on the second for the force out. So Phillies still hitless. And Lee guns him. That's tied 1-1, and Lee's still looking for his first hit in the series. That might be it right there. It's heading towards that part of the ballpark, and it goes over the wall for a ground rule double. So Lee, probably the easiest double he's had all year. Now can Alec Bohm drive him in? Not going to do it there. He's just going to pop up to the first baseman. What about Bryce Harper? He may get walked here. It's a 3-1 count, so Bryce Harper's going to swing here. Yeah, he's going to walk. All right, so now we got Hae-Sung Kim. Ball's in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In front of the catcher, so Lee's not going to advance on that. And that's a line out to first baseman. But thankfully, he doesn't get, if he doesn't, or it's not a double play, luckily. Can Marchand do anything? Been a while since we've seen his name. And no, he cannot. Just, not sure what that really was. Is it considered a grounder? Because the second baseman was practically playing the outfield in order to get that ball. Oh, and he misses it, so it's a home run for Spencer Torkelson. And the Tigers take a 3-1 lead off of his 20th home run on the season. Lee tried his best, but he was off. A little further to the right, and maybe Lee would have had it. But then again, it may have also just popped out of his glove like it did in San Diego.
Ball one. Ball two.
At least Lee's getting better at not swinging at pitches, at least fastballs that are way outside the zone. That's going to be a foul ball. And he strikes out. Oh, Campusano is actually on the Tigers. Ah.
Now batting, right fielder, Phil Lee.
Ball. 1-0. Ball.
Should have let that one go. He got fooled by the breaking pitch again. But he's not getting fooled by that pitch. Uh-oh, but he may get thrown out. Oh, no, he'll be fine. Okay. Alright. He's on base.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Harper's going to fly out to center field. So Lee gets on base, yet no one can drive him in. Kind of like that the previous at-bat for Lee. He couldn't drive in a runner despite that runner being on second. I guess we can enter it because if Schwarber gets on base, then Lee has a chance to be able to tie it. Just have to see what Schwarber does. He's going to line out to the first baseman, and that's the ball game. So the Detroit Tigers take game 2, and I believe this might be a 4-game series, so so maybe the Phillies can still split the series. All right, Lee's first at bat coming in the second inning here. Oh, he's going up against Tarek Skubal. Oh boy. Wow, and the Tigers are way behind. Lee takes Skubal deep to left field. That's going to get off the wall for a double. Wow. I thought for sure Lee would have had some trouble against Skubal, but maybe he is better than what he was in 2025. The question is, are the Phillies better? I got to win here to avoid dropping the series. Nah. He's not going. It wouldn't matter anyway because
Get up, ball. Get up, ball.
if he had been on third, he'd still drive in the run, so, or he'd still score the run, so at least Marcy came through.
Batter seven, the third baseman, JJ.
Excuse me. Oh, it's only a 3-game series. Okay. So they're just playing to not get swept here. Got it. I'm surprised there was no dynamic challenge here. Has Skubal had a bad season? Yeah, 5-8 with an ERA of 3.07, which is not bad. It's just Tigers are not getting behind him. That's a shame. Let's check out. Oh, he's entering free agency this year. Look at that. The Tigers gave him a $41.3 million deal. They're paying him $41.3 million this year. If I was Google and if I see that number, I'm like, that's exactly what I'm demanding for 2026 or after the 2026 season.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You just better hope he doesn't have a record like he has in this road to the show, because if that's the case, teams are going to look at that and say, maybe not as much.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh my gosh. And he strikes out. All right, no more Tarek Skubal. It's Lucas Sims now.
Ball.
Get up, up, ball. Get up, ball.
Lee's going to drive this one to center field. It's going to land in for a base hit. Turner's going to score. I think that's not Schwarber. That's on third right now. Well, the other runner is going to end up at third. Harper. That was Harper. Now the Phillies have a 3-0 lead.
One ball, two strikes.
Bohm with a base hit to right field. That's going to score the run. The Phillies now lead 4-0.
Now that designated hit with
RC lines out to third base, so runners are going to stay put. And now we got Marchand, who could walk here. He could walk. 3-1 count. And he does walk. So it's up to Rojas here. And he looks at strike 3. So bases remain loaded, but the Phillies do tack on. And it's now 4-0. Now it's 5-0. Oh, it's Lang, and Phil Lee's going to get this ground ball past the diving third baseman for a base hit into left field. I know. I chose the dynamic challenge for it to be a double, but nope, no, Lee, what are you doing? Just stay at second. You have some speed, but not that much speed. Marcy's going to ground the shortstop. He throws it over to second for 1. And Marcy beats it out at first, so Marcy avoids the double play. But can Marchand drive in Lee on third? He cannot. He's going to instead ground to a double play, starting right to the third baseman, and that's the inning. We're going to sim here because I don't think the Tigers are going to win. They don't, so the Phillies avoid the sweep with a 5-0 win over the Tigers. Really taking one to Tarek Skubal, which is surprising. And the Phillies, I should point out, that's their 81st win. So they are guaranteed at this point in the season to finish with a record of at least 500. And of course, we got to do the little reward spin. Let's see what we end up with. And it's 5 show packs. Lord knows I don't already have enough of those. Alright, so now it starts up a 4-game series against the Mets. Do I have time? I've got 20 minutes. Alright, maybe we'll do this and see where we go from here. We can get another series in. It'll be close. I mean, each game is going to have to be like 5 minutes. But the Phillies already out to a 1-0 lead with a chance to tack on more if Philly can come through with a base hit here. Slider right down the middle, and he was behind it. He swung at a pitch that was in the dirt. And he's going to ground out to first, so can't drive in the run.
Now batting, right
Boss
fielder,
challenge.
Phil.
Little. The Phillies are up 3-0. So that's good. That's good. What? I got him.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Okay. All right. I mean, if it's not going to be a base hit, it might as well be a fly ball. No.
Did he go?
No, he did not. Oh, come on. He did not.
Leading off with the Mets, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Hold on. I'm going to pause the game. Whatever. Sorry, my sister was texting me. They texted a cute little picture of her reading the Mets ABCs to my nephew. Oh, nice catch. Nice catch. I didn't think Lee was going to get that, but he did. Thank you, Woogie. I appreciate that. Get down, or get off the wall. It's over the wall for a home run. Raise the bell for Phil Lee. That's his 50th on the season. Wow. Phil Lee hitting a milestone. I have to check if Schwarber... I know Schwarber in real life had 50 home runs last year, so he was the third Philly to do that. But I wonder if he did that in this Road to the Show universe. Uh-oh. That's going to be off the wall. Better play as such. Nice. Got him. Jeff McNeil, what are you doing? And yet the Mets still... Oh my God. Good thing Lee hit that home run. Otherwise, the Mets would be up 4-3 right now.
One ball, 1 strike.
Mm. Oh, well. Maybe the Phillies can hold on here. Pete Alonso on second. He's slow, so if he tries to go home on a base hit, we could throw him out. That's not necessary because Turner's going to throw it over to first. Got him, and that's the ball game. Phillies hold off the Mets 5-4 to win the first game of the 4-game series between the divisional rivals. Let's see if we could get another game in, although I'm cutting it close now. We have I only have just under 13 minutes left. Mark Vientos, remember the postseason for 2024. He knows how to hit one out of here. Did we throw him out? No. Against Tyler McGill? A premier arm? Okay. I mean, he is 85 overall, so I'll give him that. It's nice to see him in... speaking from Next JG Gen 24's perspective, it's nice to see him reach a good potential. As far as Lee goes, he hates seeing.
1-1.
And that's a pop-up to second. McNeil's underneath it. He's got it. So, sorry, Lee. Now the Mets have a 1-0 lead. Alonso, you are crazy if you decide to go through. Still 1-0, so at least that base hit didn't hurt the Phillies. He's going to fly out to right field unless Soto doesn't catch it. He does. Because you have to remember, Soto has not made the move over to left field yet, so he's still in right field for the Mets. Nice catch, Lee. Oh, the Phillies dropped 3. I gotta find out what happened. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, so bottom of the 5th. Bohm singled, then Harper grounded to left, so he got a single too. Okay, so 2 singles. Then Kim doubled, driving in both Bohm and Harper. And then Stubbs hit a base hit to drive in Kim. So now it's Sean Manaea. He takes this one high and deep to center. Center fielder's underneath it. Yeah, he's not going. That's okay. Or is it? Ooh. Oy. Okay, 3-2. That's fine. 3-2, it's still a lead, but definitely a nail biter here. It'd be nice if Lee got some offense, but he's going to go silent in this game. Oh boy, of all the people, Juan Soto is not the one you want.
1-1-1.
He's going to ground out to first. Harper's got it, takes it over the bag, and that's the ball game. So the Phillies survive the Mets, and they take the second game. So the Phillies are guaranteed to at least split the series with the Mets. But Phil Lee, not having it good so far. Only a 2-run homer. That's his only hit in this series. This is not good. And it's going to throw out Francisco Alvarez. Don't know what he was thinking trying to stretch that into a double. That just makes no sense.
That's the ball. 1 ball, no strike. Nope, that's inside.
You know what? I think I'm going to finish this series against the Mets. I know it's going to take me beyond my 3-hour mark, but there's no way I'm leaving a series unfinished, especially so close to finishing it. If it were midway, I would have stopped. But we're not midway. We're already into game 3. Gonna try and dive for this one. Can he rob Soto of a hit? He will. Wow, great job, Lee. But the Mets scored 2. They're up 2-0. Oh, Senga did the little spin around to knock the ball down. Although, let's be honest, Lindor probably would have gotten to it if it had gotten past Senga. So, can you get this? He can. So they get out of a bases loaded jam, but they still do not have a run. I mean, Lee is not playing like an MVP right now. And that's kind of worrisome to me.
1 ball, 1 strike. Two and one. That's a ball.
All right, great patience here by Lee. Sometimes some patience would do good. And in fact, it shows it right there. Phil Lee drives this one to left field. Ring the bell. Phil Lee has his 51st home run on the year, and he cuts the Mets lead down to 1. It's 3-2 New York. What a big way to come. Excuse me. What a big way for Phil Lee to come through there. Now he's got a chance to give them the tie, possibly even the lead. Lee drives this one to right field. Soto's chasing it. He misses it. He missed it. Lee's gonna head to third. He's gonna clear the bases. A 4-3 lead off of Phillies triple, 2 RBIs. Phil Lee coming in through clutch for against the Mets. He does not want to lose against the Mets. Now they brought in Tyler Alexander. That's going to be in the dirt, so
One strike.
he's just going to scurry on back to third base there. If he gets a base hit, that's an insurance run for the Phillies. Nope, he's not going to do it. He's just going to fly out to center field. Oh boy. So the Mets could tie it here. Francisco Lindor. Mauricio has... Oh no. Oh no, the Mets tied it. The Mets have tied it, and now they can take the lead in the 9th inning. Marchand? We're getting a moment with Marchand here? Why? Is he going to hit a walk-off? Well, that's a foul ball. Oh boy. So Schwarber needs to come through here with a base hit. Give the Phillies a shot.
Get down.
Schwarber. He's going to come through. An extra base hit to left field. He's going to get into second. He's going to put himself in scoring position. Lee, who has had multiple walk-offs against Edwin Diaz. Mind you, he did it a couple times last year. He now has the opportunity to do it again. Oh, what is Lee thinking? Does he want that home run, or is he going to just try and get a base hit here? Which is he doing? Just try to go for the base hit. Lee's going to be smart. Oh, of course. Of course, they decide to walk Lee, get to Bohm. And Bohm's going to pop this up to short. Lindor's under it, so we're heading to extras once again. Oh, hey, Hai-Sung Kim can win it here for Philly if he gets a base hit, although Bohm's pretty slow. It better be a gapper. That's to center field. Here comes Bohm. Is he going to make it? He made it! And the Phillies win the game! Hai-Sung Kim with her base hit to center field. Alec Bohm hustling to avoid the tag from Francisco Alvarez. And the Phillies have taken 3 games against the Mets with 1 more to go. Ain't baseball exciting? Oh no, the old phrase used to be, ain't baseball great? Alright, last game. Last game against the Mets. Can the Phillies hold them? Can the Phillies sweep them? Or will the Mets take a win and avoid it?
3-3-3. Relay. 3-3-3.
Well, it's not gonna. If they're trying to do it, not gonna do it that way. Taking out Starling Marte at third by Lee. Now they're going up against Clay Holmes. He's gonna get Lee to ground out to second base, but pulls Vientos off the bag. What an error there by the second baseman. I'm assuming that's Mauricio? I gotta see this. Otto Lopez, actually. So Otto Lopez with an error Now the Phillies have a runner in scoring position if Bone can come through. No, he will not come through. Just going to ground out to second. Going to toss it over to short Lindor at second for the force out. Oh boy. Lee rob this? He can! Wasn't robbing a home run, but he at least robbed an extra base hit. Sorry, Soto.
Up next for the Phillies, the right fielder, Phil Lee.
The deep fly ball to center field. The center fielder's under it, so that's going to be the second out of the inning. Oh man, and the Mets put up a 4 spot against the Phillies, bottom of the 6th. Runner on second, so Lee can drive in a run here, but he will not. In fact, I think the bat and the ball just went the same distance. So not good. I mean, the Phillies will still walk out with or still end this series with a 2-game advantage over the Mets. But still, Lee wanted that sweep. He wanted it. Lee's going to drive that one past the third baseman, so at least he gets a hit. Let's see if the rest of the team can get behind him. Alec Bohm. Who's going to ground out to Vientos at first, steps on the bag, and that's the end of the 8th. One more fielding opportunity for the Phillies, or for Phil Lee, I should say. Gonna have to rob this one.
Hey, here we go, here we go.
And he does. But can the Phillies come through here? I don't think so. So we're just gonna sim. And that's the ball game. The Mets take the 4th game. They avoid the sweep 5-1, but the Phillies do win the series 3-1. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTVNextJGGen24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start a stream. So overall, Lee held his own, and the Phillies are still the class of the National League, so that's good to see. He's going to go for contact. That's going to bring him up to 89 overall. So he's getting better and better and better, and he's going to be a 90 overall at some point. At some point, he's going to be a 90 overall. That, to me, is crazy. But, chugging along here. Nothing in the package. All duplicates. Alright, well, next up, Phil It'll be through the month of August. We're going to have September call-ups, so we'll see who joins the Phillies in the September call-ups. Maybe give Phil Lee a bit of a rest here and there so he can be ready for whatever comes next. And I think he's still in the lead for MVP. Yes, still in the lead. All right, well, as long as he keeps it up, then he should have this well in hand. So we'll continue on with Phil Lee tomorrow. So I hope to see you all on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.